Hi everybody, Marty Rubin, and I'm back for another segment of Marty's Corner. And let's see who our special guest is. None other than John Drinkwater,
Ta-da.
who is playing the hip-shaking teen idol, Conrad Birdie, in the hit musical.
Bye Bye Birdie.
All right.
I'm definitely trying to shake my hips up.
Oh my God, you're shaking my
I hope it comes across.
It
out in the
absolutely. Well,
stands.
not only has it come across, but we have literally taken out 100 women that fainted the first week. You know, you get into that honestly sincere, and we have to carry them out of here.
Oh, man.
Do you feel bad about that?
Well, I mean, they bought their tickets. They know what they've signed up for, and that's what I'm going to give them.
That's it. Well, you have definitely given them that for sure. But you've been great out here. We really love it. You having a great time?
It is an absolute blast. The cast is incredible. We're like best friends, all of us already, and it's just like the most fun, wacky, crazy, chaotic show.
Right.
And it was such a fast-paced process to get into it, and we just had so much fun, and we just slammed all of our most like creative, funny, crazy ideas together, and we have this monstrosity that is Bye Bye Birdie.
It's been fun. Now you have an identical twin brother.
I do.
And he actually was in Matt. He was in Greece last summer.
Yep.
This time. How do I know I'm not talking to him?
He has done every single performance for me, but I needed to do Marty's Corner. I was like, I'm not going to miss Marty's Corner for anything.
So did you play those kind of tricks in school?
We did one time. So one time, we never really did it on purpose, but one time in high school, we did. We both were in different classes, and we ended up in the bathroom at the same time. Okay. And we were like, oh, now's the time. Like this, if it's ever going to happen, now's the time. Like we never were going to plan to do it, but it just happened, and then we switched. But our school was very small, so all of our friends knew us since when we were little kids. Right. So all of our friends were kind of laughing and being like, oh my God, that's not him. And then the teachers were like, what's going on here? But the teachers didn't know until the friends ratted us out.
Sort of fun.
So
well,
we did one time.
Your brother came to one of the performances, and in intermission, I was in the lobby with him, and we were talking, and I could see people looking over and saying, isn't that the guy that's playing Conrad Birdie?
Yeah.
Like, what's he doing out here in street clothes? So that
I did tell him he might need to come with a hat and a pair of sunglasses in disguise.
Yeah,
but it happens all the time. I mean, it goes both ways. Like I just saw him. He was in Detroit doing Bonnie and Clyde, and he was awesome. And after the show, I had a bunch of people coming up to me going, that was the best thing. They were crying. That was so amazing. And what do you say? Like, I can't say, oh, actually, go
thank you.
Say that again, but over there. I just say thank you, and then so we get some residual appreciation. It goes both ways.
So he wants to make sure you do well because it's going to reflect on him.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So now your character, Conrad Birdie, is an over-the-top kind of a character.
Oh, yeah.
How, and you play him so well. I must tell you. How do you stop yourself from going over the edge with this character?
I think the idea is that I've found is you kind of, at first, the instinct is to do like an Elvis impression, right? And that's kind of like the first thing of you discover kind of the movements and stuff. But then from then on, I sort of had to say, okay, but who is Conrad Birdie?
Right.
Because he's not Elvis.
Right.
And, it's not $1 Million Quartet. He's not literally Elvis. So I had to discover like what makes him tick and what he really cares about. And that kind of leads you down the path of the truth and what's truthful to him. Right. And then you stray away from just being this kind of ridiculous, you're not making fun of yourself at that point. Which Conrad Birdie is sort of the driving force of the whole show. So if you don't buy him as a real person, the whole show kind of falls flat. So I think that was what I was focused on the most is making the audience kind of care about Conrad's journey. Yes. Not as like a clown figure.
Yeah. Did you watch YouTubes of the movie or the Broadway show?
I've seen the movie, obviously. And then, other than that, I mean, just watching hours upon hours of like old Elvis footage and studying that old Ed Sullivan footage of all those people.
And the work that
were
you
on
and I
Ed
did
Sullivan.
together.
Oh, yeah. We spent hundreds of hours, me and Marty, working on the moves. Say what you want about Marty, but he's got the moves. But yeah, there was a lot of watching and learning and yeah.
Yes. So I understand that you and your brother are big baseball players and fans.
We are. We played baseball our whole lives. I don't know if you knew this, but I led Suffolk County and Long Island my senior year in home runs. playing baseball
Come on.
in high school.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, we were originally thinking about when we went to college, we were looking for a school that had a good theater program and a good athletics program because we kind of wanted to pursue both.
Where did you grow up, by the way?
We grew up on Long Island on the North Fork in Greenport. And so we always played sports, we always did theater, and so we were looking for a college that had both, and then luckily we found it in Wagner College. We actually ended up playing football in college.
Oh wow, that's tremendous.
For 4 years, yeah, it was Division I.
How did you juggle? Like, did it happen at the same age for you, your passion for theater and
kind of,
your
yeah.
sports?
Kind of. We were very lucky that we had very, very wildly supportive family and parents and grandparents, and they kind of always said, like, do what you care about and what you would like to do until you're no longer, the next level no longer wants you to do it.
Right.
And especially through college, we were very lucky that we had the head of our department, theater department, and our head coach of our team were very motivated to have us do both.
Yes.
And so
because they have to work with the schedules.
exactly,
right? Yeah.
and so we were
like
very
High School Musical.
It
right?
was. There were many times where either one of us would be in a show and then the other one. So the theater always kind of came first because we didn't always have understudies in the theater, and so one of us would be in a show, so then the other one would have to go to the football game in Pittsburgh and do both of our duties, on the team. And so stuff like that would happen all the time, and we would have, our parents sometimes would pick us up in the middle of the night on Staten Island at Wagner College, and we would drive to like North Carolina through the night to get to the game the next morning. And so we were very lucky to have a coach who really saw that we really needed to do both and that we really could do both and saw the value in us, and the head of our department, the theater department, saw a lot of value in us doing both, and so we were very lucky to be very supportive.
So do you feel like theater won out? Or
we never, I never, like, it would have been cool to be on the Jets, but it was never, I always, the draw for us was always to act and to sing and to perform.
Right.
So that was always kind of what was going to be the main thing.
Well, both of you are really good.
Well, thanks.
Well, I'm thinking, like, if you are playing baseball and you were playing second base for argument's sake, and the guy hit a ground ball to shortstop, and he flipped, and the shortstop flipped it for you to go for a double play. Yeah. The runner's coming in to take you out. If you do a few Conrad Birdie hip shaking moves, he could never get you. See
now. Most people that do Marty's Corner don't understand the baseball references, but I do, and I'll say this: I'm left-handed, so I could never be the shortstop.
Okay, wow, okay. And did you hit lefty also?
I was a switch hitter.
And power from both sides.
A little bit, yeah.
That's tremendous. That's tremendous.
Yeah. But so I definitely could use Conrad Birdie.
So you had to play outfield or first.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Exactly.
Is your brother a lefty or righty?
He's right-handed.
Okay.
Yeah, I was supposed to be right-handed, I think, but I was so stubborn that I was like, I want to do the other way. That's the story that my grandpa and my dad tell, is that I defiantly chose to be left-handed, which worked out for me,
cool.
Seemingly.
Now, when you're on the stage, we've had a week into the shows, and you're on the stage, and you're feeling the crowd. They're into it. And you're looking out here, and we have a super talented cast, and everybody's really doing their thing. Does that motivate you, like, to bring your A game every night?
It truly is like the best thing as an actor, to be up on the stage, within the stage, and to have my crowd of people kind of like giving me everything they've got.
Right.
It's like, it's a flowing thing and it's a spectrum. So some nights I could do it in a blank white room and have everything I need to do it. Some nights you don't have it so easily. It doesn't come to you so easily. So, to have them there as the thing that like pushes me over the edge.
Yes.
Because they're going feral, my crowd on the stage, and I love them so much for it, and it makes my job so much easier. Between the hair and makeup team and the costume team and my people up here, it's like my job is like 80% done by the time I walk on the stage.
Now, when you play in baseball, or if you go to the Met game, and you watch before the game, they're running sprints, they're stretching, they don't want to pull up a muscle.
Yeah.
You are doing a lot of amazing moves up here. What do you have to do to warm up, to be ready to be that loose?
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting part because it kind of, without spoiling anything really, it's a part that kind of goes from 0 to 1,000 in certain moments.
Yes.
And so it's, I really have had to keep my body ready and, even on our days off, just to like keep my body going and keep everything moving and keep everything stretched out and because it is a pretty physically demanding part when I really go for it.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And you always do.
Yeah, I know. I can't help it. There have been plenty of times. It's so, again, it's saying about, a testament to everybody that's come together to put all these elements together. In that when I get up there have been a few times where I've said to Jonathan, our music director, or Jen, our director, and I said, we've run it in tech 5-6 times. I said, maybe I'll start marking it a little bit and I'll take it easy a little bit. And then, but once I get up there, they would always be like, you said you were going to mark it and you didn't. Because you can't help it. The vibes are so perfect.
It's like getting
and
a
they're
pitch
so
right
fun.
here, right?
Yeah, it's right down the middle. You got to swing. It doesn't matter if it's 3-0.
It's 100%. Would you, John, give the Argyle fans the pleasure of just singing a little bit and showing a little bit of what Conrad Birdie does?
Okay.
Maybe a little sneak peek of, what should we say, give me one last kiss, possibly?
Okay, I'll give you one last kiss, Marty. Oh, one last kiss. Oh, give me one last kiss. It never felt like this. It never felt like this. You know I need your love. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Give me one last kiss.
Woo!
And then they'll have to pay for the rest.
That,
of course,
was great. Luckily, there's nobody in the audience here, or they'd all be fainting. And that's not even, that's a little warm up to honestly sincere,
Yeah.
But John, thank you so much for coming on Marty's Corner.
Thank you so much.
Oh
for
man,
having me.
it's been a pleasure. You got to come out to the Argyle Theater and see John Drinkwater and the rest of his super talented cast playing in Bye Bye Birdie. We're playing straight through to Sunday, September 1st, and we can't wait to see you at the Argyle Theater. Take care.